Episode 2, Geeta Mosquito and the Great Samosa Showdown. This narrative is proudly brought to you by Police Speaks for You. At Police Speaks for You, we are committed to empowering individuals, especially those with disabilities or learning challenges, through innovative text to speech and voice recognition technology. Police Speaks for You is more than just software, it's a tool for self expression, connecting people with the world in meaningful ways. By blending the richness of history with cutting edge technology, Police Speaks for You demonstrates that every voice, whether preserving the past or shaping the future, has the potential to inspire. While we strive to make the story engaging, our primary focus is on storytelling itself. The visuals are secondary. We are showcasing the remarkable capabilities of text to speech software that bring these stories to life. So, you remember how I won the lotto, right? The moment Mrs. Patel finally accepted that my cooking wasn't a crime against curry? Well, things have gotten a bit complicated since then. Sure, I was the queen of Chatsworth for a good couple of weeks. Rajesh was walking around the house with his chest puffed out like a peacock, all proud of his wife's cooking and lotto winnings, and I was basking in my newfound glory. But just when I thought I'd finally earned my spot at the top of the cooking hierarchy, a new drama surfaced. Enter the Great Samosa Showdown. I don't know what happened. Maybe the money got to my head. Maybe it was the extra room I had now that I was officially lotto rich, which I totally am, in case anyone forgot. Or maybe I was just too confident about my samosas. But something changed. Suddenly, there was competition in the air. Not from Mrs. Patel, who, by the way, was still a bit too shell-shocked to throw any more insults my way, but from, well, my very own best friend, Shanti. Now, don't get me wrong. Shanti and I have been through thick and thin together. We've shared everything from bridal showers to burnt chapati. But there's one thing Shanti is known for, her obsession with food competitions. And the woman loves samosas like a fish loves water. So, when I casually mentioned that my samosas were the best in town, which, by the way, is undeniably true, Shanti looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Oh, Geeta, please. Your samosas? You think you have got the best. I'm about to show you what real samosas look like." And just like that, the Great Samosa Showdown was born. It started innocently enough. Shanti suggested we have a friendly cook-off. You know, a little taste test for fun. But this wasn't any normal taste test, mind you. No, no. She wanted public exposure. She wanted the whole neighborhood involved. I think she was secretly hoping I'd have a kitchen disaster, so she could stand there like a cooking goddess while I wept into my flour. It was set for the following Saturday, and, as usual, Mrs. Patel was in the background, watching everything unfold. And trust me, she was thrilled. Not thrilled because she wanted to be part of this showdown, mind you. Oh no. She was thrilled because she now had two reasons to criticize my cooking, Shanti's and her own. The day arrived. The neighborhood was buzzing. Rajesh had been drafted as my official taste tester, which, by the way, was a disaster from the start because the man eats everything, and Mrs. Patel, of course, had volunteered to supervise my cooking because, as she put it, you'll need all the help you can get. Now, this competition wasn't just about cooking, you see. No, it was the event of the season. Mrs. Patel and Shanti were going around, making sure everyone knew about this momentous occasion. Posters were made. Facebook event pages were set up. It was like the entire neighborhood was preparing for a food festival, and I had a feeling that Shanti, with her deep, deep passion for competition, was in it to win. The setup was simple. We each had to make a batch of samosas, and the crowd would vote for the winner. Pretty basic, right? What could go wrong? Oh, everything. Everything could go wrong. First, Shanti showed up in a chef's apron that said, Queen of Samosas, with her hair tied up in a perfect bun like she was going to a five-star restaurant. Meanwhile, I had my I'm too busy counting my lotto money apron on, which, let's be honest, was a bit too cocky for its own good. Rajesh looked like he was about to pass out from excitement, and Mrs. Patel was wearing her I'm not sure about this, but let's see how it plays out face. We got to work. Shanti's samosa dough was being rolled out with such precision, it was like she was assembling a piece of fine art. And well, I was having a little trouble with my dough. You see, when you've had too many fun evenings spending your lotto winnings on, well, other things, like a new karaoke machine, sometimes you forget the basics. And that's how I ended up with dough that resembles something you'd find stuck under a car tire. But did I panic? Oh, no, I just added more water, a bit of flour, and a prayer to the curry gods. While Shanti was getting all fancy with her stuffing, I casually threw in my own filling, potatoes, peas, a little bit of spice, and a touch of love. And but love, I mean curry powder. Mrs. Patel was watching me, shaking her head with that look that could melt steel. Geeta, you need to be more careful. You're using too much spice. You're not making a curry, you're making a bomb, she scolded. I rolled my eyes. Let's see if she can make a Bombay curry as good as mine. The timer was set, and after some frantic kneading, frying, and much laughter from the crowd, yes, there were quite a few slips and spills, it was time for the grand tasting. Rajesh, my ever-enthusiastic husband, was the first to take a bite of Shanti's samosa. He chewed thoughtfully, looked at me, and then gave his patented Rajesh nod, you know, the one where he's trying to act like he knows what he's talking about, but he's actually clueless. Shanti watched with bated breath. Well, she demanded. Rajesh wiped his mouth dramatically and said, delicious. It's like a bomb went off in my mouth. I looked at Shanti with a raised eyebrow. Did he just say that? And then it was my turn. Mrs. Patel was watching me closely, ready to judge me down to the last crumb. I passed Rajesh a samosa, and he took a bite. He chewed, and then he blinked a few times. The crowd grew silent. I held my breath. What was he going to say? After what felt like hours, Rajesh looked up with wide eyes and said, Geeta, this samosa, it's like a piece of heaven. The crowd went wild. Mrs. Patel, trying to hide a smile, nodded. I knew I had her. She knew I had one. And Shanti? Well, she was standing there, looking a little defeated, but you know what? That's what happens when you try to mess with the samosa queen. And so, my friends, I won the Great Samosa Showdown. But the real winner? Well, let's just say I'm now officially the Lotto Rich Samosa Queen of Chatsworth. And nothing will ever take that title away from me. Not even Mrs. Patel's Bombay curry wisdom. Until next time, keep your kitchens hot, your spices spicy, and always, keep a secret stash of winning lotto tickets. The end of episode 2. What do you think? Ready for more? Geeta's got plenty more mischief up her sleeve. If you're enjoying this story, please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue creating content that educates and empowers. To learn more about South Africa's leading accessibility software and to support our dyslexic-friendly initiative, visit www.polyspeaks4u.co.za. Drop a comment if you want more information. Thank you for watching this video.